Stop. All that you want is already here in your life. Stop trying to change your life. It's useless. I know everybody and everything is telling you that's not the case. Your mind comes and tells you, no, I need to get rid of this thing. I need to find a better job. I need to get more money. I need to find the love of my life. I need to become someone people will like and respect. We're telling us that all the time, that there's something's wrong with us. But that is never going to work. That's the vicious circle the Buddha and many wise people have been just telling us all the time. Just do not underestimate. It looks real. It's easy to get tricked into, I'm going to try to get to a different future where I'm better. Things are better. Things are more the way I want. And then I will be happier. Because sometimes we have the memory, that's the way it is, but it's not. Because whenever it worked, it went away. The happiness that we got out of getting rid of people or things in our life, or by getting things we want, that happiness has gone. So it wasn't really there. It was just some sort of perception effect, some temporary patch. It's not working. The very effort of trying to get rid of something in our lives ensures that that or something similar will be there. Because we have the sensation, if I get rid of this person in my life, then I will be happier. This person is bothering me. My life would be better without this person. But here's the hard truth. Even when you're able to remove that person, you move to a different country or you find a way, I promise you, you're going to find another person like that one. I'm sorry to say that, but it's a good thing to know this, because then you stop fighting. And only when you stop fighting, you realize that things are better than they look. That is just our thinking and our conditioning, our suffering, our pain, our desperation that makes it look like you're not good enough. Your life is not good enough to be enjoyed and be fully happy as it is already. So think of a dream. In a dream, life as analogy is a dream that as much as it looks like a long shot, it is not. Think about quantum physics. Check on the new, the hottest scientist theories about reality. And you will find it very confusing, but it will look more like they are not sure what is what. At least the brightest mind on earth, the physicists, agree that there's not just one single dimension of reality. There is just not one time that happens from before to future, and there is just that. There's no physical material things as we think they are. Everything is mostly empty. You're going to find a bit of a crazy, psychedelic, almost way of seeing life, but it's very important to understand that that's actually the way it is. We just have the illusion that it's not like that. We have the illusion that our life is solid. Why is this important? Because then if you examine your life in this point of view, from this point, call it scientific, or you could reference the wisest people on earth that we had in history, from people who brought us religions, visionaries. All of them have been saying it's not what it looks like. So stop trying to push away things. Try to pull in things in your life. It's like in a dream, when you're trying to get something in a dream, it goes away from you. You try to run after something, it just, the more you run, the more it goes far away from you. And although this may sound a little strange, in a dream it really is like that in real time, but in life, you can tell how emotionally this is true. You know, the more desperate you try to get that thing, that money, that person, that it seems to go away what you want. It seems to, even when you got it, it was a temporary for a couple of days maybe, and then things just go back to normal. You still feel empty inside, feel like your life is not full of, in a flow of constant enjoyment. The same way, when we try to avoid something in our lives, it just sort of becomes bigger. It becomes the monster in a dream. The more you look at the monster, the more you worry about the monster, the bigger it becomes, the more like catches you. And the more you try to run away from it, the faster the monster it is. It's just a nightmare. And this life is, it's not that life is that our perception of life. We have an illusion overimposed in what life is. And that illusion is like a nightmare. It's what we call suffering. So you can be free of all this if you would understand that thing in you that is telling you you need to be in a different time, in a different moment, and you need to change things so they are different. That is a lie. That is a misperception. We all know it's okay. It's being human. Our survival. You want to have food, you want to be in a shelter, you want to be accepted and liked by people around you. That's a survival thing. We all understand why it's that there. But you can bypass that. Get out of that nightmare and manage your life in a way that you actually enjoy it. Even in difficult situations. Like a movie. All the movies you saw, they were kind of uncomfortable. Like the main character was in some sort of like uncomfortable situation, and they were trying to get rid of that. That's the story, right? Well, you can get to live your problems in that same way. A bit of an adventurous thing. I don't know if this seems to be very far from where you are now. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that you're exposed to the possibilities that you could be living a very fulfilling life. And you don't need to change it. You don't need to become different. You don't need to repeat affirmations forever. You don't need to change your mind because there is something wrong with it. You don't need to change anything about anything. The attempt to change your life is the problem. And I'm not saying enjoy studying something and getting a new career, dating someone that you seem to click with. I'm not saying be passive and don't move. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about the emotional desperation, the need to think for things to be different. That is what is wrong. Do whatever you want. As St. Augustine said, love and do what you want. Yeah, basically, yes, that's it. Kind of the same thing that I'm saying. First thing, find that spot where this moment is okay, it's full. Its reality is just overwhelming of how alive you are. For that, you may need to bypass all this conditioning we were talking about, which can be done through meditation or through just directly researching this moment and being honest with yourself. May not look at first. At first, most people will find just an ordinary moment. That's okay. But keep looking, keep meditating, keep watching videos of people like me talking about it until you really start getting it and you start living it. Because this life is a lot more beautiful and happy than people say. And you know this. Everybody that I've met had at some point a corner in their mind that you remember, kind of a other state. Let's not get into define what it is, but you just know it is possible to live differently. And that's what we're looking for in this world. It's just that it's not because you get stuff. It's not because you get rid of stuff. It's not because you change anything. It is because you stop trying to change and you find that you're actually already there. And as far as we have the idea that one day things will be better if I wanted to change something, if you will manage to change something to get something out of your life or get something in your life, that is the reason why your life doesn't feel fulfilling. So you're still fantasizing that maybe I should get that. Maybe if everybody likes me, my life will be better. If you're still fantasizing with that, then you're not going to live it. And that's okay. Everybody knows. Everybody who's been trying this long enough knows that, yes, that's very human. We just fall back and back again into this trap of thinking that we know better than life. We should be there, and that way we will be happy. We will finally be happy. But that is just extending the suffering more and more. It takes courage to accept this moment as it is, without thoughts trying to control everything and everyone. And yeah, we'll do that. And that's what keeps us restless, suffering. Think of a little child just resting and enjoying and seeing beauty on a stone. And yeah, playing, be active, do stuff. But it has to come from a place that you enjoy, not a desperate place that you need a mansion. You need to motivate yourself to become different than you are right now. You need to fix yourself. You need to, no, that's a lie. That's exactly why life doesn't feel perfect. Because we think so. We think it's not perfect. So it's not perfect. It looks that it's not perfect. But in the moment that you have the courage to let go of everything, especially your dreams. I know this seems hard, but you don't know. You always get the money you need. You always get everything you need. As much as it seems challenging maybe, but it's everything you have is everything you actually need. And there is a great power and freedom in truly, honestly knowing that. Sense of confidence grows out of you, and life becomes an adventure.